Okay, the channel is live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're going to
Woo!
play Daggerheart.
Daggerheart!
Ta
Yay!
ta ta ta
Woo!
ta.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am
Daggerheart.
Christiana Ellis. I am the game master. Our players tonight, Nobilis as Cutter,
Uh-huh. You got it. Right first time.
Jason Banks as Clem Jr.,
Hello, everyone.
Dove Archambault as Curia, and not Sue as my little layout would have suggested, which I will fix later. But
I feel I feel like I've missed something.
I will have that fixed in a moment. But in the meantime, we also have Lee Burdett playing Dusty.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Monty Python early this time.
And
Oh.
last but not least, Paul Weimer as Basilios.
With the Flickerfly defeated and our party with new skills, we need to harvest our hard-won kills. We will bring the food back for our new frog friends. Assuaging their hunger is what we intend.
Oh. Indeed. So when last we left our heroes, they were confident that they could pursue and slay the Flickerfly, which had attacked the Ribbit village, in order to A, prevent it from returning to attack some future time, but also B, looked like some good eating on that thing. And in particular, this village needs food because an infestation of locust fish ate a bunch of their food, and it looks like there is an unseasonable cold snap coming through, and they're going to enter a hibernation cycle, and they'll need some food to do that. So the party climbed a steep cliff because their flickerfly prey can fly. And they struggled on their way up because of some lingering effects from the flickerfly's
Psychic attacks.
Pollen
Yeah.
or spores.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Spores.
try to like I was trying to like
Fear gas.
Yeah, fear gas, but it's like what's it's secretions. But yeah, so several of them found themselves dealing with some after effects, some psychic
Trauma.
fears, struggling. But they overcame those, reached the top, found the nest, and discovered that they had some competition. Some mint beasts had also sensed the flickerfly's injuries and were hoping to scavenge once it died, but you fought all of those things and emerged victorious. Well done. But now you realize, okay, well, first, it does look like there's probably quite a bit of food that could be harvested from the flickerfly and these mint beasts. But, any more than you sort of normally carry on your person might have to get transported back down this extremely tall, sheer cliff that you climbed.
Going down is easy.
Well, we'll see.
Going up is the
Without
hard
breaking
part.
anything, though. That's the issue.
Yeah.
You
I
just
think
boot it
we'd
off
like
the
to go
side and
back
hope
down
it's
in
okay
one
when you get
piece.
down to the bottom.
Well, I think you can
Tenderized, that's all.
I think between Dusty's levitation and my flying, we might be able to get some of the stuff down.
Well, hopefully so. We'll see.
Yep.
But
At least that's what I was thinking.
in the meantime, what we had where we left things was that the party had all just leveled up to level 5. Very
Yeah.
exciting.
Yay.
Tier 3 Daggerheart now.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That can really do some damage.
So as we left, you had not yet harvested ingredients or loot of any kind from your quarry, nor had you done any sort of rest or feast making activity. So I guess what I'm asking now, Golden Nuggets, is if you want to do that.
Yeah.
I think we should definitely dissect this very large and slightly delicious looking flicker fly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we've got the mint beasts, and we've got the flickerfly eggs down there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Some of them we might have to eat. They might be already like hard boiled. A little
I
bit.
do like a poached
I wonder
egg.
who did that.
I do like a poached egg.
I know also there was some discussion of non-edible harvesting from the flicker
Yes.
fly because there's a couple of bits of fancy gear that might get made from flicker fly parts.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
So I think, I guess, just tell me where you'd all like to start.
Let's see.
We're gonna work up to the flicker fly and get all the other stuff out of the way first. Eggs and mint beasts.
Oh, the eggs.
Well,
Oh, I almost forgot.
So I think we should. Well, I mean, one of the best ways to transport food is inside you. So the first thing we should do is get a decent meal for ourselves.
How hurt is everyone?
That's a question.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm
Yeah.
fine.
He's got cracks in his armor and bits kind of hanging off by straps, but he's also incredibly tough, and it's he's these wounds on anybody else would look severe, but on him for some reason they don't.
Well, Cutter, let me know if you do need something. Need some.
I'm good. I'm good. Let's eat. I mean, well, you guys can eat. I'll drink.
Yes.
You know,
Okay.
for once, Cutter, I think you're right. I think we should celebrate. Have a drink indeed.
Yep.
What?
So,
So,
do you want to
are we
go
gonna
ahead
harvest what we're
Heck
gonna
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
feast
harvest
with
first.
Yeah. harvest
Okay.
first?
Harvest.
So, I think that we can just go ahead and say, you are old hands at this point at figuring out how to break down various creatures. But
Mhm.
the adult, so the mint beasts, I think you can get 2 ingredients from each of those. So each one will provide 1 mint beast haunch that will be 1 sweet and 1 sour. And
they're
yeah,
okay.
so each one, so
Mhm.
you'll have 2 of those available, and then each
Mhm.
one also provides 1 mint gland, which is 1 sour, 1 sweet, but also has a special property.
Oh.
That special
Okay.
property is refreshing. After eating a meal with this ingredient, you have a +1 bonus to your instinct until your next short rest. Also,
Nice.
minty fresh breath.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said mint beast gland?
Mint feast
Gland.
land.
So
Yes,
there's
gland.
mint beast haunch and mint gland is what I said, but that's
Mint gland.
Okay. Mint
I don't
gland.
think that
And
if you wrote
sweetened-
mint beast gland, it would be confusing.
Oh yeah, love the glands.
Sweet and salty?
Sweet, and both of them are 1 sweet, 1 sour.
No.
Okay.
I guess they are. I did them back in backwards order, so I didn't process that they were the same. But yes, that is what they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and only the gland has the refreshing property. As
Okay.
previously noted, there was in this flickerfly nest a whole bunch of eggs. And you suspect that, you could pick up as many of those as you wanted to carry for your own personal ingredients, but I think the assumption is also that maybe a bunch of those are part of what you might want to bring back
Right.
To the frogs, yes.
to the
Right.
to the ribbit village.
Mhm.
Seems like a froggy meal. Yeah.
Yes. So one egg is
Mhm.
1 sweet, 1 salty. And so, like I said, there's basically, as many of those as you can carry, plus whatever sort of bulk amount you decide to try to transport.
Yeah.
But then the flicker fly itself is a little more work just because it's so big. So just to, I'm not going to require any rolls for this, but just to sort of paint the mental picture, it's got this long, long sort of meaty tail. It's got these wings that you have to handle very delicately because they have super sharp edges. And they're very thin, and seem like they would be delicate, but they're like less delicate than you would sort of think. Like they don't actually tear or break very easily. They're very rigid and sharp to handle, but also get in the way. And it also has these great big sort of goopy eyeballs. And so the flicker fly is going to provide 4 ingredients.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to have 2 units of tail tartare, which is 2 savory, 1 bitter. It's going to have 1 of wing flexor fillets, which are 1 sour and 1 salty. And then it has, I guess this makes, I was going to say it has 2. Okay, it'll have 2 eyeballs, so I guess technically that'll produce a total of 5 ingredients, which I don't think is a problem for you guys. So it has 2 flickerfly eyeballs, which are 1 weird, 1 savory, 1 sweet, but also another special property. Once you have eaten a meal that has the flickerfly eyeballs in it, 1 time before your next rest, you have flicker sense and can re-roll a failed reaction roll. However, if it still fails, you are once again overwhelmed with a fear memory that will make you temporarily vulnerable until you can clear it by rolling with hope.
Yeah, give me those drugs. That's what
I
I
almost
want.
want Kyria to have that effect. Yeah.
So when we played last time and you were feeling the fear, I was having you roll with disadvantage. In this case, you're not rolling with disadvantage, but you are vulnerable, which means that attacks against you have advantage. Okay, I think that's all the feast ingredients. But I know that there was also some desire for, let's see, where's these items?
Yes.
There was
flickerfly blade and flickerfly pendant. And I figured I could, if I could harvest the ingredients to make them, I could have that as a project.
Yes, and I believe that is that we will be able to do that as a downtime activity. You can do work on a project. I think that each of those will be an 8 countdown.
Okay.
I think that we can include harvesting it as part of working on it. So, for example, if you do a rest right now where you are because you're making a feast, right? If you use one of your rest downtime activities to work on a project, that that includes the harvesting part. So there won't be a separate roll for that.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, what's your project? I was writing down ingredients.
That's okay. There are in the book there are items called the flickerfly blade and the flickerfly pendant, and to make those,
I would like to have a different project.
Okay.
I want to make a flickerfly hang glider.
Whoa!
Out of the wings and connective tissue and carapace of the thing. basically just a one-use item, but I want to be able to carry a bunch of stuff down to the people. And I'm, maybe a stretch to use my carpentry uh, uh,
Well, I think you
experience
can
on
maybe
it,
apply
but
the experience, but also I think, it's not necessarily something that you would have like made before necessarily, I wouldn't think.
no,
It's kind of an
no.
advanced thing. So my only hesitation at all is it's one thing to say we're for like this flickerfly blade and stuff to say it's going to be a long-term project. You might have to over the course of a couple of different rests work on this
Yeah.
thing and gradually build it. But if you want to try to build
No.
a glider that you're going to use now,
Yeah. No, I'm
um,
not expecting it. I'm not expecting it to be particularly sturdy. I
mhm,
just want it to work. It only needs to work once.
sure.
Dusty would definitely be willing to help with that.
Okay. So here's I guess the first question. We I think had decided already that we were going to do do a feast, right?
Do a feast.
Right.
Yes,
But
the
you
feast
can-
comes first.
You can build you can do a feast, I believe, as in either a short rest or a long rest.
Yeah.
But are you taking a short rest or a long rest?
Well, because I'm a clank, I can do a long rest move during a short rest, and projects are only for long rests.
Yeah.
So I was
Right.
gonna use that ability to, if we did a short rest, to work on the hang glider.
We may need to take a long rest just so we can get this prepared the best we can to make it down to the people, because we already had problems getting up here.
Yeah.
So now I'm
That's
going
the
back.
easy part. All we gotta do is make sure we don't go too fast.
Yeah,
Uh,
with a crap ton of eggs.
Yeah.
The too fast is the issue.
Oh, actually, instead of a hang glider, just a parachute would be fine.
Well,
We
so
wanted to
there
sudden
is
stop.
actually already in the loot table, there is a glider as a defined item already. And so
Okay.
in the same way that it can be a project to make a flickerfly blade and so on, we
Yeah.
could say using the materials to make a glider that works in the way that that loot table glider works. And I think that makes sense. But I think what we will do in this instance, if you are wanting to make it to use now as opposed to having a longer term project for it, then I think that is a potentially more difficult single roll. And the exciting element of it is that, a really low roll might just say, well, no, that's just not going to work. But a middling
Right.
roll is more like
Can we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can
Yeah,
we?
okay, yeah.
Can we tag team it? So, like, I'm working with Dusty on it.
Yeah, because I was actually thinking of not only do we have like at least one of the flickerfly wings, we also have the flickerfly nest, which is made up of paper. So we could use the flickerfly to make the frame and then use the paper to create the envelope of the glider. And then you can just use the legs to make the frame that you're
The
hanging
struts, yeah.
from.
Well,
Yeah.
we actually cleared out a lot of the tail meat, so we could use the tail as kind of the
This is a
spine,
group
so to
project.
speak.
It's a group project.
So I'll also just emphasize too that the amount of other like the ingredients you can get from the adult flickerfly, like the tail meat and stuff like that. I defined kind of like how much you might take for yourself, but I think the implication is both the eggs and there's more of that that's potentially part of what you're taking back down. But we're talking about like significant cargo that goes significantly beyond the sort of things that you usually just carry on your back, right?
Yeah.
So a glider that you're going to fly down a steep cliff in the dark with heavy cargo.
What could go wrong?
I love it.
What could go wrong?
I
mean,
feel like I
it's
am
a perfect
forced,
blend.
in the spirit of verisimilitude, to make that a difficult.
Oh God.
Which is why I'm suggesting a tag team.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
and and let's be real, I've got a boatload of hope just waiting to be used.
But let's
Same.
but let's eat first. Let's eat
Okay.
first. 'Cause
Yeah.
Let's eat.
Yeah.
Let's
I
eat.
don't want to start on this project with a low
Sure.
lubricant alcohol level.
So I think we're dealing with the long rest regardless here.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll switch us to feast mode.
Yeah.
Feast mode.
Feast mode.
Engaged.
So, what would you like to prepare for us tonight, Golden Nuggets?
Well, we got a lot of sweet.
Yes, we do.
I've got one. I gotta find my ingredient list. I couldn't find it. I got a different notebook, but I've got one thing left from something, and it's a weird thing. So hopefully, if I can find it, we can throw that in there.
Yeah.
Oh, if you're throwing weird, I'm definitely throwing weird. So I'm gonna use the last spark splat, which is weird 3.
Okay. All right. So 3 D20s in there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'll throw in an ooze marrow, which is 1 sweet, 2 bitter.
Okay. That's a D4 and 2 D8s.
I'll toss in a couple flickerfly eggs.
I believe those were one sweet, 1 salty. Is that
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're putting in 2 of those, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I thought it was 1 ingredient per person.
Oh, is it?
I don't think
Yeah.
so. I think you can put in as many as you want. It's just, you know,
Okay.
like the more you use, the more, you know, you could potentially increase the size of the
Okay.
meal and the potential benefit, but you know, you use your
Sure.
your ingredients faster. I don't think there's a rule about 1 per person.
I think it was just an official thing. Everybody put something, but I have no.
Yeah. I think what we had just said is that if you're going to eat some, you have to put something in, but I'm not even sure that that's really a rule. I think that's kind of just an informal rule that we've been doing.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, it's just they should collaborate to decide what ingredients they're using. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's yeah. There's no rule about who has to produce however many.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the flexor fillets in. 1 salt, 1.
All right, hold
One
on.
sour, one
One
salty.
moment. So I'm still putting in the 2 flickerfly eggs. Okay.
Okay.
And then what else?
I'm gonna put in the flexor fillets. 1 sour, 1 salty.
Okay. 1.
So
What about
Oh.
what about the mint? The mint beast gland, because it's got the refreshing, right? So we're about to do some hard work here.
Do we have a flavor profile like this?
I'm
Right now, we've got a
right-
bunch of things in there. This is sweet,
Yeah, this
salty,
is-
bitter, sour, weird.
But
The
What
only
we're-
thing we're
almost
missing
everything
is
in there so far.
savory.
It's savory.
But-
There is a savory, isn't there? Though, yeah, one of the eyeballs.
I think we've done.
I
yes,
took
we
both
have.
the eyeballs and I put them in my pack. I'm
The
holding
tail
on to them.
tartare also has savory.
Yes.
this is basically a flickerfly omelet.
You know what? That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
We're having breakfast for dinner.
Well, so
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
So we got the eggs, we've got the spark splat, and then
Ooze marrow.
And
Right.
Ooze marrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And steak tart or the tail tartare.
Oh, did you
Okay.
add that? I had
If we-
put that
are
in
we?
yet. You tell me if you want it.
Go and put it in. Let's just throw it
Yeah.
all in.
Okay.
So,
So that was 2 savory,
The,
1 bitter.
this and the recipe will be the Flickerfly Feast, and it'll have every single flavor in the system.
we did that before when we had the bear cutlet, so we matched that.
We did?
Okay, which means that you
Okay.
have that flavor profile bonus.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how does that work again? Since the first time I think we ever done it.
Yeah.
I believe that so
We've
let's
done
see. Anytime a party makes a dish with the same flavor profile as another recipe they've previously recorded in their cookbook, they should add a number of tokens equal to the party's current tier to their pool of flavor dice. When they must discard a die, they can instead discard one of these tokens.
Okay, so we get 3
yeah,
tokens.
so we
then.
get 3.
Yeah, so let me just grab a little token of some kind of a. Let me just pick something.
Maybe use a D4. Just
Oh,
set
we
it
already
to
got
3.
D4.
Well, no,
No,
I
it can't be.
just put something that's a. Let's see.
Is the master recipe book in the Google Drive? Or is
Yeah.
that just with you?
The Google Doc?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you resend that? Because I think I've lost my link to it.
There. I got it.
All right, so these little circle tokens are your flavor tokens. So we can remove those instead of removing a die when you don't get matches. So I suspect you're going to end up with a pretty beefy meal.
Feast.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps
Good, I need it.
excessively so, but you know what? Maybe it's good. You're tier 3 now. You're growing adventurers. Okay, so is this ready? Everyone's ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay. Okay, let's see what we got here.
We got 2 pairs of 3s.
Yeah.
We got 5 3s.
Okay, so first
Or
of
what?
all, I see there's I thought for a second that
There's
there
a
were
pair
2
of ones.
There's
No,
2
there are
8s.
2 8s.
Yeah, there's 2
Okay.
8s.
2 8s. There's definitely there's
1,
5
2, 3,
3s. So we can pick which one of those 5 do you want
The
to leave in
D4s,
there?
the D12, and the D8.
Okay. Wait, so hang on. Yeah. Like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And
And we've got a
then,
pair of
Pair of
ones.
2s.
Pair of
well,
2s
yeah.
and a pair of 1s.
Okay. So even just from the first round, we got 9, 12, 15, 17.
Yeah.
Dear
We
Lord.
don't need
Nice.
to go any further. That will be enough to max out our hit points and our hope, no matter how far we go.
So we can go ahead and let's.
But let's roll it anyways, just to
Yeah.
see what we
Oh, yeah.
Oh no!
Absolutely.
What did I do? I did undo. Can I? There we go. Oh no!
Oh,
Ah,
Hang on. Okay, wait a minute. I accidentally deleted them and then tried just Control Z and it like undid like everything. Okay, hang on. Ugh, okay.
Is there a redo
it's fine
option?
if we just
Yeah, we
re-roll
can-
it. It's fine.
like,
Yeah,
It's
just
go-
re-roll it.
Yeah, it's
Just
going to
re-roll it.
be
Just
beefy
re-roll it.
regardless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be ridiculous
All
regardless.
right. Well, okay. If that's the vote, I could probably try to figure it out, but I'll just.
Nah.
Well, actually, in the chat,
'cause
it has the
we have that original rolls,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So so we had
Okay, we took
Okay.
out 2 of the D4s.
so this was an 8. We had
A pair of,
we had an 8 and the D
D10
10
was an
was
8.
an 8.
Mm-hmm. And we took out a pair of D4s as 3s.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the D8s for one of the 3s.
Yep. And one of the D8s
And
and
then
one of the D12s was a,
Yep.
was a 3.
Yep.
The other D12.
Yep. And then we had a D8 as a 1 and a D6 as a 1.
Right. And we had a D4 as a 2 and
Hold
a
on. Oh,
D6 as a 2.
you go too fast.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's okay.
Sorry.
I'm laughing. I'm amusing myself by quoting Amadeus.
Many notes.
Yes. Well, you go too fast. Also, is at the end when he's having Amadeus Mozart transcribe, read to him.
Right.
Finish his symphony.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So wait. So we had what was the other for the fourth three that we
A D8. A D8 was a 3.
Okay. All right.
And we had a D6 and a D4 that were 2s.
Okay. And then there was a pair of 1s as well, I believe.
There was a D6 and a D8.
And then okay, so
Yeah.
10, 13, 16, 17. All right, great. We did it. We're
Yay!
a good team.
Yeah.
Okay, so now random.
Reroll this dice.
Roll away.
Yeah. Okay, we got another pair of 6s.
Mm-hmm.
And haven't even had to take out any of the tokens yet.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, that's a token.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a
That's
token.
another token.
Yep.
All right. Yep. That's the third token.
That's a token.
Okay.
Oh.
Which do you want to take out?
Take out the D8. Take out the D8. Might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might as well shoot for the moon.
Shoot for the moon.
All right.
Yeah.
Still, that's
Sure.
10,
That's
16, 23.
Yeah, 23. That's probably your record, right?
Mhm.
It is a record.
Well done.
Woo.
So, for those who have not been following all along, that means the party has 23 points each to disperse between their replenishing their hit points, their stress,
And hope.
and or gain hope. Yeah. Which is pretty good.
Yeah, and Cutter is just complete. I mean, his magic keg that he uses to make the liquor he runs on was full to the brim with all of this stuff. And he's just guzzling it down. And once he's done, he stands up, sways a little, brushes off his hands, is like, all right, let's make a sharapute.
Excellent, excellent. So I have to imagine with the score this high, so here's a question. High score in this case could just reflect that it's like very filling and that you feel good taking it. But did you, or is this, was it like really tasty too? Like,
Yeah.
Surprisingly,
really tasty.
surprisingly so.
okay.
Yes.
Yes. It was a delightful omelet. It was massive. It was like the Fred Flintstone's rib of
Omelets.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
use any of the special ingredients? You put in that one of the flicker fly eyeballs, right?
Did we do the mink
No,
land?
we did not put in the flickerfly eyeball.
Okay.
we did the tartare though.
That's right.
No,
okay.
but it's not special. It's
Yeah,
not special.
so I don't think you used either of the
No, yeah, we didn't use
special
either of the
ingredients.
special ingredients.
Just checking. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So I think now then we can so Clem, would you like to do a roll for your project to make the blade first or the pendant first?
I would actually like to do the pendant first because if you remember back when we lost our slimy priest, he went and collected the pendant from him. So he's going to use that as the basis to maybe help speed up this process.
Great.
Could one of us use a Like, could say Kyria use uh, her downtime activity to help?
Uh,
Like,
yeah, I
just
guess. Yeah, okay. Give me just a second. I have to see if the rules are unclear or how that works. Um, because I can, just improvise on it. But I think that, yeah, certainly if you both have, I mean, I don't know that it makes, hmm, yeah. So I guess what could happen is either you're going to use your own downtime action either way, but you could express it as spending a hope in addition to help, or you could make your own progress roll on it.
Hmm.
you know, I'm a I would like to make my own progress roll.
Okay.
So are you making your own?
Yeah.
No, he's
Wait.
taking, once you're done with your bit of his Curia is
Helping with the same
working some
one
more.
was my understanding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
so
If that's okay.
it is your own progress roll that can be applied to the same countdown, as
oh,
opposed to making a second one, which would be a second countdown.
okay.
Yeah.
So tell me what you think would be your primary skill here for making this pendant. I have to feel like a magic pendant of this kind is not that's not a strength check, right?
No, absolutely not. Um, Clem, Clem is not good at this. It's not a. He's not. He's knowledgeable, but he's not that knowledgeable. But he's going to be. It's going to be his knowledge. Clem is going to.
Okay.
Actually, you know what?
I mean, there's Tinker is finesse.
That true, but you know what? He'll go. Because actually, with the pendant first, this is going to be more of a spiritual thing for him.
Okay.
So he's going to go with instinct, but
Okay.
also he is briming with hope. So he's going to spend some hope here. One for I read my father's notes because he has studied a lot of what his father came back and told him about his stories and about the things that his father, whom is a very knowledgeable person, can tinker very, very well, has done for him. And in this, he wants to put all that knowledge because Clem has been very bothered. He's never lost companions. In fact, his father even told him that he never faced such a thing because during his time in exploring, he never lost a companion. So this is a very new and interesting thing for Clem. So it's very personal to him. So he wants to put all of that experience that he's gotten from his father into that. And then, of course, every beast has its flavor because they kind of commemorated over the fact that a slime is kind of an ooze, and the four great spirits and leaders of his faith are of the ooze. They did have a secret in the ooze.
I'm just double checking. Can we use more than one experience for a single roll?
If I have the hope, right?
I'm just double checking.
Yeah.
Using experiences. Yeah,
When you
let's see.
utilize the experience you can spend multiple hope to utilize multiple experiences.
Okay, yeah, great. Yep, no problem.
Right.
I was just double checking that.
Of course, and then of course it sees him with precision because he is going to be very careful with this. He is, and then his new experience, which I didn't tell you all about, which is what he got when he leveled up, is one for all for one, because Clem has made a promise and an oath to not lose another companion.
Aha.
Great.
Hopefully we'll be able to live up to that.
All right.
Indeed.
So what I'm thinking is that it makes sense to me that the difficulty of crafting with the Flickerfly parts should be the same as the difficulty of the Flickerfly itself, which is 17.
Okay.
And per the rules on page 181, a critical success will give you 4 ticks of the countdown, success with hope 3, success with fear 2, any failure 1. And you're trying to tick down 6.
Alrighty. Make that an instinct. There we go. Nope. A 16
Okay.
with fear.
So it sounds like even with all of those experiences, that's still. Tell me. So you're still you can still take it down by one.
Clem will. I'll throw one prayer die in because I actually have an extra now,
Okay.
and that's a 4, make it a 20.
Okay. I was just gonna say then in that case it'll be a success with fear, which means you get two ticks. But tell me what was starting to go wrong until you prayed, and then how did that help it?
He got nervous because again, he's remembering like, yeah, like they didn't talk that much, right? But they did talk and committed a bit. And then but they fought together. I fought together a lot. And he saw things from a different perspective. And that is kind of why Clem wants to be an adventurer. But at the same time, he's like a protector of this group. And so he not only lost that compatriot, but then immediately following it, he lost another companion. And as big and as tough as he is, he doesn't necessarily know if he can be delicate enough to protect the team because he's got to be able to move amongst this group. And it's always changing now, and it's different, and combat's different. The enemies are different. And he kind of gets overwhelmed for a second. So he has to take a break, and he has to like take a couple calming breaths and try again.
All right. So, so we've ticked the 6 countdown to 4. Curia, how are you helping?
So, Kyria has had some experience with crafting. When when you hunt, you try and use as much of your hunt as possible, and so it's like you know, getting stuff ready, hide ready to be made into leather. That's that's normal, and sometimes you might carve make a decorative carved bone something, and so she is going to go ahead and use her uh, eye for skinning uh, um skill or experience and make an instinct roll.
Okay.
Okay, that's 14.
So that is
With
a failure
fear.
with fear, but it still marks it down by 1. So your Flickerfly pendant project is at halfway with with 3 remaining.
Nice.
Great.
Well,
And
thank you.
as she works, she like, did you explain any of did Clem explain any of the her his issues with why he wants to do this? Or
Yeah, no, he would no, Clem would absolutely tell you. Like Clem's not, it doesn't bother him because again, like his father tells fond stories of his party. Like he tells fond stories of having conversations and being friends and following up and talking with them later on after they had stopped adventuring. Like, so he has no problem with being open and honest about it. Because like adventuring for Clem is kind of a thing. He wants to make it a whole bit about him.
yeah, so as she works, Kyria says, kind of talks about her experience before she came here. It's like, before I started here, I never had a team. I did my work alone. Sometimes I would guide people to where I would go or where they needed to go, but generally I was alone. And I also, despite working alone, I had losses of my own. You know, I I lost my grandmother early in life, and I also lost both my father and mother in a military action. against the kingdom I served.
No.
Part of the reason I was here. I became what I became. And the best thing you can do when you lose someone is to remember them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sorry you face that. It's weird, right? You know, I'm a turtle. For us, we are all very long lived. So it's always impactful for us when someone doesn't seem to live out the full extent of their life as we've lived a long one.
That's the thing. Um, you know, your life might seem long, but compared to there's some creatures that they don't even see a year. They don't even
Oh,
live out a full year.
yes. My father tells a
So
story of when they were in his adventuring party and they saw a great deer. And he said it was enormous. He said it was as big as, he's like, it was bigger than he could comprehend.
there are definitely things stranger than you might imagine in the world.
Oh, definitely, because I definitely would have never found an extension to my faith and belief out here when, I had never even heard of the Great Elder Slime. So already adventuring has shown me so much.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, before coming out here, I never would have thought of using monsters as cooking ingredients.
I mean, I've always thought about it, but then again, I am a turtle.
You are a turtle.
Well, and also you live in a place with many more monsters than are are other places.
Yes. And, you know, on my father's adventuring, he talks about eating insects a lot. I'm hoping we do get a chance to try some more.
Those
TM takes
flickerfly
notes.
those flickerfly eggs were actually really good.
Well, yes. And if my project goes well, and I can try to find some more ingredients to make more. I think you could get some use out of this too.
Okay. Well, definitely keep an eye out.
Ooh, is there a hunting mechanic in this one?
Yeah,
I
there's a
mean,
looking for blooms.
Yeah.
well, so certainly there's always that, but also, so I
We've
think,
gone on hunts before.
yeah, yeah, like so we could certainly improvise that. I don't, I've also seen, there was some third party thing that had like really elaborate hunting rules, but we could certainly also just kind of, you know, you follow the trail
Oh,
of it,
I just looked at the flickerfly blade and it's like, I want it.
Yeah,
I mean, both of those items are really good. The pendant and the
Yeah.
blade are good.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
the pendant
Well,
gives you reach.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
in the same way that it could do the wing slash at anything within very close range.
yeah.
The
Well,
flickerfly
like the
pendant lets you
flickerfly
do that
blade
with
is
melee weapons.
it uses agility, that's curious,
Yeah.
biggest thing.
Mm-hmm. So, in any case, though,
Indeed.
we have another project here.
Yes,
Yes.
Dusty and Cutter, we're going to collaborate on that.
Right.
Yes.
And
Do we want to deal with whatever? Oh well, I guess looks like Basilios is perhaps AFK for the moment.
yes.
But so okay, let's figure
So-
this project out. So I will certainly allow tag team effort here. I think what I'll say here is 17 is like the base target,
Difficulty.
meaning like
Mhm.
if you can't get to 17, it's just not going to work at all.
Nope. Yep.
I think that if you can get 25 or higher, not only are you going to be sure that it will work and it will be controllable in a comprehensible way and it will carry a significant amount of food. In between there, I think
It's
that
varying
you
degrees
will
of
have
success.
something, yeah, you will have something that will potentially have flaws that are not obvious to you, but will
Right.
maybe present challenges that will have to be overcome in using it. Um, but yeah, so 17 is like
Yeah.
if you can't get to 17, it's not going to be viable at all. But between 17 and 25, there will be challenges.
This is gonna go great. Just let's
This
go.
is fantastic. Absolutely 100%.
Okay, so
Yeah.
each of you
So
tell
Dusty's
me
your
what you're
hype man.
bringing to bear here.
I am going to spend a hope in order to act. I assume that we're using finesse for its tinker
Well, I was planning on
function.
using knowledge because Dusty comes
Okay.
from a more steampunky
Right.
society in Mentosa, so I was going to use
Okay.
knowledge.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you're like the brains of the operation, can I use strength for, hauling stuff around and
I think
clamping
it
things in
is.
place?
I
More finesse?
okay.
Okay, we'll
Well,
do
I'm just
finesse. It's
thinking,
fine.
yeah, I'm thinking Tinker is finesse and like
Yeah. Okay.
I think
No, I'm
I
fine.
might adjust the difficulty target if you're using strength because it was
Okay. All right. So I'm going to use my carpentry
okay.
experience.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and let's see. I think it'd be really hard to apply learned politeness from an ass. And measure once, cut twice doesn't seem to apply.
You
So
don't
I
think so?
think that's
No,
gonna
I
be
do. I
Yeah,
absolutely
I
do.
think that
okay.
totally
Okay,
works.
sure, let's
I
go.
absolutely do.
That one sounds like a recipe for like well, I mean it's kind of backwards, right? But it's
Yes, it
kind
is.
of,
It is
yeah.
absolutely backwards.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is gonna be a slapdash.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we roll really good, it's still gonna be a janky slapdash outfit because
Yeah.
we're doing
But
it so
what adventure wouldn't have it be any other way?
exactly. Especially one who's drunk an entire keg of liquor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Despite being
actually,
a
there is one more thing that I want to kind of establish here that
Okay.
I know I just said some target difficulties, but I want to make sure that we're all aligned with the scope of this in the sense of like how many people fly on this thing and how much cargo.
I think it's going to be one person to fly it and the
Mhm.
rest cargo.
Okay, and how much cargo are you envisioning there?
I think that'll depend on how well we do on the roll.
Well,
But
okay.
more than a person can carry, or else
Because
we'd be carrying it.
and also
Okay. Well,
and low key, I think this should be difficult because I will say this: I noticed in this game they make us very powerful. So I feel like if she pumps this DC up again for like stuff, I think it'd be fine because like I can throw these prayer dice around like
so I
crazy.
guess the way I'll put it is the amount of food that you have recovered up here, right?
Uh-huh.
I'll ask you to commit some percentage of that to the
Yeah,
glider.
we're loading the eggs on this. Okay, we're loading the eggs on this.
Right.
Yeah,
And
so
I'm going to say
it's potentially at risk if things were to go bad, right?
Right.
yeah. So
And
I'd
also
say half the eggs.
Okay,
Well,
half the eggs.
Half
Okay.
the
how about
eggs.
this? Well, remember, guys, we've also got the remains of like the tail and the wings and like the rest of it. So like, there's a ton of
material. There's a lot of materials we can put to use.
So we could split it, right? Like, we're not gonna send myself or you on that because we are way too heavy. So we could easily carry the like non-squishable things.
Whatever
down.
we can't carry personally, we'll put
Okay.
on the glider.
Well,
I would
that's a lot.
Clem and I
was
can
assuming
carry a
that
lot.
You were going to need to have some other solution for whatever the remains are. Because what I'll basically say is, I will let you choose to put as much on the glider as you want. But the more of it, the harder it will be, and also the more of it that you're potentially risking if something goes wrong with the glider.
Yeah, and Clem would have, let's say, like the more durable things, such as the tartar, and the fillets.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're taking those for ourselves.
Yeah, no.
The eggs are
What
what we're going to be given to the
Well,
froggies.
so like to be clear, so what you have available to you, I described the things that are what you all can carry in your own supplies, right? There's also lots more. And so you could like just fill your pockets and everything in the way that you can, like how much the rules would allow you to normally carry, right? And then there's a whole lot more of
Yeah.
everything because this thing is the size of a house,
Okay.
right? Like it's
Right.
it's a lot of it, and there's
Okay.
a lot of eggs. And so the issue is you're trying to bring back food for a lot of people.
Yeah,
But
so we can't
there's
risk.
what you can carry in the normal way, and then there is finding a solution to carry all of the rest of it.
Yes,
And
and
so
I have a
yeah, the glider
and
is going to
I
carry some percentage of that.
right, and I have an idea to make it easier to climb down with the more sturdy items. So if you so we don't need to risk any more of the meat.
Okay, so if you want to say half the eggs, is that the idea?
Yeah.
Half
Yeah,
the
half
eggs.
the eggs.
Okay.
Half the eggs.
Half the eggs, and one person will stick with
Yep.
the original difficulty
Right.
targets that I said.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good. All right. So I've got a +7 between my instinct and the 2 experiences. I spent the 2 hope. Are you going to spend the hope for the
Yeah.
tag team?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll spend the hope for the tag team.
Okay. So here's my roll. That is a
Okay.
21 with fear.
21
Okay,
with
fear.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I'm rolling with knowledge.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a hope for Delver of the Deeps because just general knowledge from being in Mentosa, I have that.
Packing the eggs.
Yeah, packing the eggs up, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to use my new experience called Troublemaker because
Troublemaker.
I want to enable Cutter to the best of my ability. I am all in on this. This is wonderful. This is great. This is awesome.
And Clem is definitely praying. Clem is definitely praying. So whatever y'all total is gonna have a 4 on it.
So that's my knowledge, which is +2, plus is another +4. So this will be a roll +6. And that's a 25 with hope.
Making it
Wow.
making it 29 with
25
hope.
with hope is exactly like that's incredible. Okay. So by the way, just a reminder, I just double checked this. For a tag team on a roll with hope, all PCs involved gain a hope. So
Right.
that means you both get a hope because the success there. And that 25 is, as I said, like if there's going to be a problem, it won't be because of the glider. The glider is solid. It will be functional for what you want it to use, and it won't present any problems of its own. Which is not to say that there might not be something that, could present difficulties, but there will be nothing that comes from the glider having its own problems.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to risk possibly giving the DM an idea, but we should check the eggs to make sure they're not ready to hatch.
No, I think it's okay.
No, when they're ready to hatch is when that's when they're good.
Well, okay. We should try and make sure they're not going to hatch while they're on the glider.
You're pretty confident that none are hatching imminently.
Okay.
There's none that are like actively starting to like
shake.
Yeah.
Why would you think that? Why would you think that?
Okay, so with this incredible tag team production here, using parts of this flicker fly, tell me what this glider looks like, and then name it, please.
So the flicker fly is dragonfly shaped. It has 4 wings, right?
Yeah, more or less.
So So we've shaped two of them to be like horizontal.
I could put the
Maybe.
picture of it on the map here, just as a reminder of what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
All right.
You know,
How about Lee? You and I trade off adding descriptive bits.
Okay.
So
Well,
the
no, this
main-
is your brainchild. This is your brainchild. I'm just enabling.
Sure, but I still want your input because you were
Oh,
working on
okay.
this as much as I was. There's so there's two of the wings are attached to the main structure horizontally to give the main kind of lifting surface.
Mhm.
And then two more project backwards as almost like a tail. Okay. And the main body of the thing is pieces of carapace that have been made into kind of like a ball, a curved thing and sewn together with bits of tendon and stuff. And the
Like the
seat is
basket.
kind of the basket, and that's the cargo area. That's where all the eggs have been piled up. The seat of the thing is on the front of it, just projecting out into open space with a couple of stirrups on the feet and on the hands to control the twisting of the wings and so for control surfaces.
Which are made out
And
of the legs and the antenna.
Right.
yeah.
Well,
and
I'm imagining, you know how like when you eat crab legs, like the little tendons are in there, and you can actually sort of pull on them and like make the leg move.
Those exactly.
Absolutely.
And as a kind of a last minute kind of brainstorm, Cutter splashes Icar on the side of it and says, "Don't shoot food."
that is the name of it. It's called the Don't Shoot Food.
Clem tells y'all, Clem goes, I was going to say, if it survives its maiden voyage, we could call it the Gilded Bird because we are the Golden Nuggets.
I was just thinking about how that old video game Gauntlet, and it's like Archer has shot the
Shot
food.
the food.
Anyway,
Yes.
this is
man.
incredible. I am
Yes.
so excited that you have made a very cool glider out of giant bug parts.
Yes,
Right.
this is amazing. Dusty is all in, and I think probably what we need to do is like find like an old used potion vial, and fill up the potion vial with some of Cutter's liquor and christen it.
I think that's a great idea.
That's great. That's great.
Blood, sweat, and booze went into this.
No, but here's the real question. Who's going to fly it?
Probably me.
But you can levitate though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly,
So
I
Cutter is all over it. Cutter is the one who wants to do it.
Okay.
Oh God, no!
Yeah.
I mean, like how
You're too heavy. No.
how heavy is Cutter?
This was
Like-
my idea. This was my idea.
No, let
I
the man
am flying
let
it,
the man
right?
yeah. Let him go. Let him go.
No,
This is
no,
this is
wait,
awesome.
Wait. This is you're my size, and I'm heavy. Okay.
I mean, is Cutter heavy? Like do you imagine him as being a heavy
He's
being?
there's an aspect of Cutter's existence that is a secret that you don't know about. In fact, I haven't even mentioned it to Christiana. That makes him less heavy than he looks.
Okay.
Oh,
He's not as heavy as he looks.
Okay.
He's a big guy, broad chest, big arms, but he's not as heavy as he looks.
He's not very dense.
Get a little lightheaded sometimes. It's okay.
not that.
Don't worry about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to know, Christiana, I will let you know
We
off
did
screen.
actually talk about this at some point, but we don't have to get
Yeah.
into it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
So
I think Dusty would like to take a moment and sort of like, all right, y'all. Cutter's worked very hard. Let's all get behind him and shove.
push.
So, I
And
mean,
that's
are
how
you
you're
ready
gonna
to-
get your
Oh my-
rally die.
Okay.
First, well, wait. How about we let Cutter help us get the rest of the food together as well? Because we have to take it down too.
Yes.
Before we
I would
yeet
yes.
him off the side of this cliff.
Yes.
Yeah, the sequence of events does matter, probably.
Yes.
The other
Alright.
thing that I'll remind you before you just literally shove him off the cliff is it's dark in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Perhaps.
navigation might be a challenge.
Do we have anything to use for a headlight?
I mean, there's Kiria's magic torch.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Kiria's okay. Yeah, like I mean, if you crash and burn, we can just
Salvage it
can
from
just scavenge it from the
Oh
from
my
the ruin.
god! Don't say that before we yeet him off a cliff.
No, it's fine. This is gonna go great. Trust me.
Oh,
Kiria will
Trust
kind
the
of
drunk guy. This is gonna be perfect.
Kiria will put an arm around Clem, kind of turn him away and whisper, I have a feeling that Cutter has the luck of a drunk, which
Luck of a-
means something like this, antics like this, will have no chance of killing him.
Might kill someone else, but it won't kill him.
Once in a million
as much anxiety as losing another compatriot in my adventuring so close to so many does bother me. The fact that there's an entire community of our mutual friends, family, and friends, food supply at risk is of more import.
Well,
And there's a
let's just-
lot of those eggs as we are about to yeet it off a cliff into the dark
into the dark.
Yes.
of a cave-in created by the chain of events
But
that
So,
have led us here.
Let's just go with drunkard's luck.
sure.
for now.
The things that I'll invite the party to just consider before you commit to specific sequence of events. For the remainder of the party that don't jump off the cliff with a freshly built dragonfly glider, there are essentially two ways that you could go down. There's to descend the same way you just came up, which is more direct, but obviously more difficult, more dangerous. Faster if you don't run into difficulty, but potentially more hazardous. Versus a longer, safer route down, but obviously takes longer, right? And so you are also all would be carrying the remainder of the food, which we don't have to get into like estimating like the specific, like how many pounds or whatever. But what I'll say is it's more than you all can carry on your backs. So you would need some other way to get the rest of it. And I am confident that the party can figure that out. But I'm just specifying, I mean, obviously, if you chose to leave the rest of it there and only carry what you could carry, you could obviously do that. but the whole point was to bring it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
guess that would be the question of like resolve however much of that as you want to before
No.
you send Cutter and the
Right.
glider
Again.
off the cliff.
No, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, uh, in the military, we use in the mountaineering thing. What they do is they make basically daisy chains. They'll have skeds, and we have a lot of carapace, so we could load this up on amount of skeds together, and utilize the wings because they're delicate and soft. To
We already used the wings. The wings are on the
well,
glider.
no, but I mean, we've got a large amount. Well, yeah, for the bird, we've still got
I think
more
you
stuff.
said you. Yeah. So I think that there are pieces of wings left.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
2 of the intact wings are on the glider, I think is what you said. And then I think that the other 2 wings have had pieces of them harvested for
Okay.
other purposes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you
Okay.
might have like panels of the wings.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and this is just basically to have skeds of the meat supplies with the wings as kind of tarps and using extra tendons and things to bind it down and then bind them together so that way we can daisy chain them down the mountain safely.
Yeah. I think rather than the wings, because the wings are sharp, we might actually be better off with the nest in that case.
You're right,
Because
you
the
would-
big
yeah.
sheets of paper,
Yes,
and then
yeah.
you can use like the because I think like you're thinking like a travois maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then we can just have like 2 pieces of the carapace, bind it together with some tendon, put some of the nest on there, and then just drag that back home the safer
Yep.
way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If we're going to use a travois, we have to go the longer, safer way. But travois would
Yeah.
get us a lot more carrying capacity than just on our backs.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like you're going down a trail.
Well, it's better than it'll be better than
If
down
you
a
take
cliff.
the longer, safer route,
Oh,
that
okay.
is more like a trail. But
Yeah.
Okay.
but it takes
Yeah.
longer. It might take
Yeah.
a couple. It might take
Okay.
like a
Well,
couple days as
The
it is.
glider is not going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
That'll be a
Right.
good like start off. This is okay. We can start on that, and then if you
Phase
guys
1
take-
and phase 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can
All right.
work out a signal. It's like if you, you know, you know, you have the torch, and if you you make it down okay, you know, you wave it a certain way. And,
It's too far for any meaningful signal from the bottom.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Like you can kind of squint and sort of make out a little bit of a glowing, which is what you believe is the lights from the village, way, way, way down there.
Mhm.
It's not like so no one's gonna like wave or anything from the bottom.
Okay. Well, I was saying like like I don't know, like cover the light or something to. I don't know. Never mind.
I think it's too far for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, for a while at least, you'll be able to see the magic torch probably in the dark as it descends. But
Oh, the anxiety.
It'll be
okay.
fine.
Wonderful, wonderful. So have you've loaded up the don't shoot food?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so one last thing before we're officially done with the long rest is you would have had another downtime move, Basilios?
Yes. If while I was doing that, I actually want to work on my own project
Okay.
to translate the book.
Yes. Remind me which book this was?
This is a book of Dragon Man.
Ancient Draconic.
Yeah, Ancient Draconic. Thank you.
Oh.
Awesome. Again, is it's here. Right. Translate a book of magic from old high draconic to a more modern draconic so I can use to improve my magic. I'm down to one slice.
Okay.
So if I can make this knowledge roll, actually we'll finish this. And then we
Great.
can decide what this
Oops.
actually means for me. Yeah.
I'll confess I had totally forgotten that you had that so close to. So I'll say that it sounds like you're going to complete it one way or another with this role, but perhaps we can assume that you will, finish the last little bit, and then we will discover what it means at a future time.
Yeah, yeah. When the team has figured it out, yes.
Yeah.
Woo!
I got a
Um,
19. I got a 19 with hope, which means I've finished translating the book.
You sure did. Good job. I think that boy, I confess I have forgotten. So where did you get it? Where was this from? I'm trying to remember.
I believe we got it from Zeke. Yeah, I got it from Zeke.
Oh.
Yeah, he gave me a book of magic that was an old Hydroconic, and I was going to
Was
translate.
that like a starting item or something like that?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Long-term project is translate a book of magic from old electronic to more modern draconic and use to improve my magic. Yep, that
Oh.
was way back at the beginning.
Okay.
That was a callback.
All right. Well, I will figure out how to reflect that. But in the meantime, now that you have finished this this long rest, I have 2 rolls with fear plus the long rest. Roll 1d4 plus number of party members.
Yeah.
Oh boy, and I rolled a 4 on the die, so I'm going to now gain 11 fear.
I was gonna say you had the gall to talk about crashing with as much fear as we give this deal.
Well,
Literally just went from 1 to 12 fear. So.
well,
I mean, it was going to be a lot no matter what she rolled.
Yeah.
At least we know it won't be the glider falling apart.
That is true. That is true.
That's one thing Christiane is very good about, is being consistent with promises like that.
I detect a little bit of please be consistent with promises.
yeah, of course.
Oh no, I'm sure she will create.
It just means I have to come up with external threats too.
Yes.
Oh.
And there are Teddy.
Really
What?
no.
We're in a cave. We made this with a bunch of scraps.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. I don't know what you guys are worried about.
And he's drunk.
What could go wrong?
It just means I'm nice and loose. I don't have any hang-ups here.
Yeah. Okay. So are you ready?
Also, I mean, something you should know, Clem, is I'm always drunk. I mean, this is just
That's
like
your secret. You're always drunk. Yeah. Okay. So, when everyone's ready, tell me when you're what you're doing.
Let's shove off first.
Yep.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, yeet.
It'd be neat.
So is this literally just you've got it set up right on the edge, and everyone else is just going to push you off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Go.
Great. I think it's probably, with Cutter and all the cargo and all the materials, it's probably something where you like you can shove it off, but there's no picking this up and throwing it, right?
Yeah.
So
It's way too big.
Great.
We probably put it on some improvised rollers, so it's easier to push.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I am creating an 8
countdown.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
now, because you have such an expertly made glider, I'm going to let you be making your piloting rolls with advantage.
Nice.
So I think this first one, we'll do it straight up. What type of pilot would you say Cutter is?
Well, here's the thing. What I didn't mention about why Cutter wants to be on this thing is because he wants all the glory for getting this huge pile of food down to these people. So he's like his first, because he knows of all the different ways that things can get in the way, stalactites and stalagmites and stuff like that. Most of them aren't straight down. So that's his first his first maneuver is to just dive. Because he also knows he has to have a certain amount of speed in order to maintain lift
to gain the lift properties from the wings.
from the wings.
And
Right. So his first thing is to just, and as far as the party is concerned, he just disappears into the darkness.
Oh boy.
Well, no, you've got the magic torch on the end of it, so they can at least see that, right?
Right. Okay. So they can probably see the light of that, like reflecting off of stalagmites and stuff, as he goes down. But yeah, so he's good. He's like, I'm not to say he's fearless, because he does have a pretty strong like self-preservation instinct, right? But he also knows that he's really tough, and it takes a lot to really hurt him. So his primary thing is going to be get to the town. If it gets to the town too fast and there's egg goo all over the place, well, egg goo is edible. So his primary focus is get down far enough so he can see the town, navigate to it, and dodge any obstacles in the way, and not worry too much about whether he's going too fast.
Okay. So, I think the way that we're going to rule this is, I was trying to always remember if there's some specific standard rule for countdowns, but it seems like it's really kind of
there's two kinds.
Yeah.
There's the kinds that are just time, and every time you take an action, they drop down.
Right.
And then there's progress and consequence countdowns.
Right. And I was just trying to remember if there's one that's specifically a crit is this many, a success with hope is this many.
Generally crits 3, success with hope is 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what we'll do is so crit would be 3, success with hope 2, success with fear 1.
Anything with fear, consequence.
Yeah. And then certainly, failure with either hope or fear does not advance it. Right. But but I also won't tick it back up, because you're
right. It's not going back up.
Okay, so you are rolling with advantage, and I'm and the target that we used for the ascent was 15, and so I think we'll stick with that for this particular cliff. Okay. So 15 is your target.
I've got a better than 50-50 chance at this. I assume we're using finesse. So
that was part of why I was asking what kind of pilot you think he is. Finesse is certainly an appropriate one, but you could also potentially justify instinct or agility, I would imagine.
Yeah, but those are lower.
Well, there you go then. Finesse certainly works.
Okay, so here we go. First roll. That is a 15.
A 15 exactly with hope. So that is
with hope.
Success
So that
with
takes
hope.
It down 2.
So that's reduces it by 2. Great. So I am going to spend a fear at this moment.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm going to introduce, as this is starting to, it's going great so far. However, it does occur to you, perhaps even in the back of your inebriated mind, that right now, success so far of your just dive straight down plan is kind of indistinguishable, frankly, from if it was not working at all. So you're now at the point where the decision to go ahead and pull up and hope that works and that you can do it
Mm-hmm.
properly
Mm-hmm.
is being forced upon you because the cliff, of course, is not straight down.
Right. So I'm not skimming over the rocks.
So you realize now that you are seeing up ahead of you, thanks to this this torch that's given you some degree of a visual of what's coming, is showing you, oh, look, a bunch of spiky stalagmites. I better avoid those. So,
okay.
Yes, so I think right now what we need is a roll to not impale yourself on them.
Hey, that is an 18 with fear.
Indeed. Okay. Well, so I'm going to go ahead and take that fear back that I just had. Actually, you know what? I'll leave it off because I'm going to spend another one here in a moment. But that is a success, so that's going to be
Take it down
one
another
more down.
one.
Yeah. So you manage to avoid those stalagmites.
Yeah.
Only to discover once you pull up. Oh wait, the far side
There's
of
a whole
this cavern.
forest of them.
No,
Oh,
I
dear.
was going to say you pull up, but you pull up enough that when you're soaring, all of a sudden now you're finding, oh no, there's a whole like upside down forest of stalactites.
Right.
That's kind of like on the far side because this is a cavern, right? It's not just infinite space out there.
Right. So I'll do a barrel roll and
yeah, exactly.
and
So
run through them.
yes, so that is what you are currently looking at here. Look at that.
And that is an 18 with hope.
Great. So that's another 2 down.
So that do a perfect barrel roll, run sideways, Millennium Falcon style through the forest.
Yeah, you're getting close.
Come
but
around
of course,
the
the end of this journey is the most kind of important part, really.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and spend another fear here to say, all of a sudden, just as you're feeling like, hey, I've got the handle on this thing. This is going great. What a cool glider that we built. This is going to be so awesome. They're going to be so happy to see me. And then I'll just get to hang out in luxury while everyone else has to take the long way.
Exactly.
But then there's some wind. It starts to blow through.
Wind.
Wind is not something you normally associate with the interior of caves.
No.
But it does happen.
It does happen. But in this case, not only do you suddenly feel some like gusts of wind, but the wind is cold.
Oh. Okay.
So I think that right now the wind is just disrupting your trajectory, but also I think the coldness of it makes you start to wonder how much time y'all really have.
Right. Okay. Well, all the more reason to get there quicker.
Oh boy, winter is coming.
Time to roll again?
Yep. Look at that.
That is a 21 with fear.
All right, so we're decreasing it
down
one
more.
more. You're now at 2 of 8. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend this fear right away to say, oh, gosh, that wind is so cold. And you're in this sort of very slimy, moist area.
Right. My wings are icing up.
Exactly.
Oh boy, icing problem.
Yeah, and so I think what's going to happen, how we'll reflect that here, is that this is going to negate the advantage that you were using. So it's not with disadvantage, but it's no longer with advantage either.
Longer with advantage.
You're feeling that the wings icing up.
All right. I spend a hope to use the coming to terms with the honest emotions experience, where way off in the distance the party hears, Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Good
Is that
flag.
allowed?
Good flag.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a
What's
17 with fear.
17 with fear means that we got one more depletion. We're now at 1, but not 0.
Yeah,
And
icicles. That is so. The speed is in the wind. There's no windshield on this thing.
right.
He's got this icy wind right in his face, and
Mhm.
so his face is this kind of rictus with icicles spreading past from his face and his
Mhm.
arms, and there's cracking sounds every time he moves the wings, um, and it's getting heavier and it's getting harder to maintain altitude.
Yeah. And so now I think we are at the point of and last one pays for all, so to speak. How are you going to stop?
um,
oh,
the the plan is to pull up at the last minute, kind of stall, and just
plop.
Mhm.
just come down vertically, and
Okay.
it's gonna hurt, but again, I'm tough.
Well, so
Um,
I think that
Cargo?
you have a significant choice here, of course.
Sure.
One is you trying to land like right in the village or like nearby.
well, the village itself has got like these canals in there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
think a
like,
water landing.
I mean, I think that makes perfect sense, but it also increases the stakes if it doesn't go well, right? Like
Okay.
you
All
could
right.
crash into
All
the
right.
buildings,
The
right?
the the,
Or
the
there aren't
goal
people
is
there.
to land right outside the gates, right
Okay.
outside the front door. Because even if the eggs all land in the water, these guys are frogs, they can get them.
Absolutely. Yes. So that was essentially the question, right? Is just
Yeah.
like the closer you are, the more that they'll be able to like run over and help, but also like if it were to be a bad landing, it's, there's more that could
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah,
And
outside the
so
gates.
so this is certainly, we're reflecting the countdown, but depleting the countdown in this case is not necessarily indicate a safe landing, right? So essentially,
Right.
this
No.
is going
Yeah.
this is going to be the last roll, but how this roll
Yes.
goes is gonna
Depends. It tells me. Yes.
yes. So I
Okay.
think
All right.
then you've got your plan. The other element, of course, is that they have no idea this is happening or this is coming or what.
Yes,
But
right.
yes.
They could probably
I mean,
hear him
they
coming.
know you all went up to go fight the flicker fly, and
Yep.
you know
Yep.
at least that when it flew in before, its
Yeah.
wings flapping made a lot of noise. It was this really loud
Yeah.
drone.
Yeah.
So you're not making that noise now. So the odds are that
Right.
they would not just assume that you're the flicker fly returning.
Right. So, and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, "Here comes the food! Don't shoot!"
And they're all kind of just looking at each other. Like, what does that mean? I don't know. Anyway, and
So, yeah,
what they're saying
rolling
is,
with
oh, that's
disadvantage.
the yelly one.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes.
Rolling with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Look
a
at that.
12 with
Oh,
hook.
A 12 with
You
hook.
can
So
and you can add a 4 to that.
Okay, that's 16.
Oh,
This
Oh,
Clem
and
is praying for me.
don't forget your rally die.
Well,
Oh,
I think
okay.
the with a 4 from the prayer die makes it 16, which is
Yeah.
success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But
Wow.
yes, okay, wonderful. So I think that let's see, let's have something reflect that this almost became a bit more of a crash landing than you were hoping. But
Right.
how so
Okay, so
we know
instead
Clem
of
is praying up there, but how do you
Right,
think it
right.
manifests to you?
So here's how it manifests.
Mhm.
The thing is coming in, but it's not maintaining altitude.
Mhm.
Because his thing of pulling back and going up, that just it's
you're
not pulling up.
not
It's
gaining the
not pulling
altitude.
up.
Yeah.
The best I can do is just a flat out, and I'm right over the surface of the water,
Mhm.
and there's a rooster tail behind me, and it's not close to the water. And at the last moment, when it looks like he's just going to run splat into the side of the cavern, he dives it down into the water,
Mhm.
and and that reduces enough of the speed.
Well, so how about this? What you discover is you're about to crash into the water, and you might be thinking, this thing was designed for, air.
No,
It's not
it's going to
gonna
just come apart.
it's gonna come apart. It's gonna spill everything everywhere, and hopefully it can all be recovered and everything. But what you discover by sheer luck, or maybe there's someone looking
That the
out
water's
for you.
icing over.
No, it's that the rivets have a bunch of fishing nets in that part of the water. And so you
Okay.
are caught just in the same way that on an aircraft carrier they have that little
Right.
cable hook that's designed
Yep.
to catch you and slow you down.
Yep.
So there's a little bit of a deceleration, but the glider does not fall apart, and the eggs are not scattered hither and yon, and
Yeah.
you have
Oh,
landed
yeah.
safely with
Yay.
a bunch of flickerfly eggs. Hooray!
Yay!
And
Right.
you have a bunch of rivets immediately rushing over to see, and as they crowd around, you are able to extract yourself from the glider and the nets, and then you say,
Hello, everybody! Thanks for everybody! And and like put up a hand to high five, and just like
I think that you are now teaching high fives to the rivets.
yeah,
And
yes.
they love it. They think it is so cool. They're
Yeah.
doing it to each other now after you've shown them, and they're delighted. And then they also discover you brought eggs. So
Yes.
fantastic. Okay, so I think we're just about at 9 o'clock. Do we want to preserve that, or
I would like to find out how the rest of the party does.
okay?
Yeah.
Well, I was potentially thinking, like, if there depends on, did you all decide you're taking the long way?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were.
Yes, with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
taking the long way.
All right. So I think the longer way is safer. But what I'll go ahead and reflect that is that I'm not going to make you make any like rolls for challenges or like problems, except just to say that you discover, because this takes like 2 days to get back down that way, with all the stuff.
Yeah.
But what you find in that time is it is getting noticeably colder in the caves. You're starting to see frost on stuff, and the air is chilly. You can see your breath when you breathe. It's not like completely frozen everything yet, but you can tell it's absolutely on the way, and you don't really have any idea how cold it might get.
Boy.
But I think that, yes, in the 2 days that it takes you to return, it's very clear that a climate shift is occurring here, and it's in progress.
Yes.
What, Cutter? What have you been up to for the
2 days?
Are you
Oh.
just basking in their affection?
Basking in their glory. You return to find one of the larger like assembly areas of the village that has got like pillows piled up, and Cutter is kind of just sitting back there. He's taught them how to make clay pipes, and he's got one of those, and there's a curl of smoke coming up from it, and he's got this just like several, all of his liquor bottles are absolutely full, and he is being one of the froggy folks is peeling the eggs for him and kind of dropping them into his mouth. He's not eating them, but it doesn't matter because that's part of the mystery.
How many hundreds of high fives do you think you get before you start getting tired of it?
Before Cutter gets tired of it?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, yeah. You're getting a high five every time one of these ribbits passes you.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and then when we come in and with the rest of the food, they're like, "High five!"
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
like,
You see,
What?
they're giving high fives to each other. It's the new fad. It's the high five craze. But I think that you do sense that there is. Obviously, everyone is extremely pleased and glad to see that you've returned safely, that you've brought so much food. It's a big deal. They're extremely happy, but there's also a sense of like, thank goodness, because this would have been really bad otherwise and is still maybe not yet completely resolved, right? Because it is also like, they've got enough food now to sort of restore what they had lost, but it's also still an unseasonable unseasonal cold snap. And
Right.
what's going on with that and what else might happen, hard to say. We'll have to find out when we next return for more adventure on so many levels.
So
many
many levels.
Yay.